off and running.
I wasn't ready to run that well. I ran my first half marathon in 2021 and I ran 1:34. At the GCRF in 2023, I ran a huge PB and ran 1:15. That was this race last year. Now, 3 weeks ago, I ran 1:14 at the Hobart Half Marathon. This morning, I was aiming for 1:12, but I would have been happy with 1:13. I just ran 1:11. It's unreal.
Of April, Sunday 2024. We're about 10 minutes away from racing. It's fantastic to do a race that I did last year just so I can see what my fitness is. Last year I got 1:15:57 half marathon here and hoping to do a few minutes better today, so time to go race. See you soon.
everything about the race.
Everything. Alrighty. There were about 800 or so runners. It was a clear Sunday morning. Early autumn on the Gold Coast. Temperature was about 16, 17 degrees.
Like you made that up.
Yeah, I made it up. Great event. It feels like the whole local community, all the runners I know were there. Lots of familiar faces and just heaps of good vibes. So kickoff was 6 a.m. and we were on our way. Now, there was 3 of us out front for about at least for the first couple of kilometers. And after about 1 kilometer, one of the guys said, "Oh my God, guys, we're running 3:10s." And so we all went, oof, and laid back a little bit. Now, it was when we hit that first hill, which is about almost 2 kilometers in, we dropped one of the guys and there was just 2 of us essentially left. So from the start, my legs really weren't feeling great. In fact, I did a park run yesterday and my legs felt absolutely terrible. But I end up chalking that up to a mental success. Now, I could have got really wound up about how my legs were feeling and I could have completely capitulated and kind of said, you know, this is not going to be my day. But I try to turn it into kind of a positive mental state. I just said, I'm here now, I'm going to give it my all, no matter how uncomfortable this is going to be, I'm just going to run my hardest. And that really worked on a mental level. The first 5 kilometers felt good. The second 5 kilometers also felt quite good. I was quite buoyed by the atmosphere and how many runners were out there. And I love cheering everybody else on and they cheer me on, and that really, really motivates me throughout the race. I use that as my source of energy. The course was a double out and back. So you go out about 5Ks or so, come back, and then you do another loop of that, 2 loops of that out and back. Now it's really in the third quarter of the race, heading back out to that turnaround point, that hurt the most for me. I was starting to really feel it, but I knew that I had to hold on, and if I made it to that turnaround point, I know I could get home, because I know I only had 5 kilometers left, and I did park run every weekend of my life. And so that's what I did. In the last 5 kilometers, that's actually when I started to feel the best, and I was magnetized by that finish line. I felt just drawn to finishing that race, so I started running really well, and I just flew home. I think my last split was something like 3:13.
Okay, what can you tell us about the big race from that weekend, the 21K? What do you know about the half that you can tell us?
Dom Theodos runs with Rat Pack, that kind of group down south on the coast. He's been just going from strength to strength recently. He ran 1:11:42, which again on that course is a cracking time.
Excellent, what an excellent run.
What'd you come?
Number 2.
And what was your time?
1:11:42 was the official time, so huge PB by about 2.5 minutes. And
What
I'm
the-
absolutely stoked with how I ran out of my mind today. I don't know how I did it, to be honest.
What the freak? That's way too fast. So you were more than 4 minutes faster on the same course from last year, and more than 2.5 minutes faster than Hobart 3 weeks ago. What's working for you? And please share with the group.
Very good question, first of all. Consistency. So I wish I had a more magical, or maybe even just more interesting answer than consistency, but it's the best answer that I can give, and the most genuine answer I can give to credit to my improvement in performance. I'm just running and running and running. Solid mileage week in, week out. I'm running up hills. I'm smashing out interval sessions. I'm doing horrible threshold sessions. I'm just doing my training, and I'm hitting my kilometers every week. I'm also doing strength training twice a week, and I think that's a really critical part of my regime. At least I believe so. I feel strong. I also eat very well. I eat quite clean, and I prioritize eating carbs before workouts and protein after workouts to rebuild the little muscle that I have. I also get lots of sleep. Now there's one more thing, and I don't mention this one very much on my channel, and that is I am, if I do say so myself, remarkably good at handling stress. In fact, I don't really do it. Stress, that is. Now, I know it's not a generally attainable thing to say that get rid of all the stress in your life, but the point I'm trying to make is that taking active steps to kind of mitigate the stressful elements of your life can have such a huge impact, not only on your mental health, but on your physical health and your running performance. For me, I try not to really stress at all, and I can put all that extra energy that I have about not stressing about stuff into the things that I love. And in this case, that means training.
Is there anyone you would like to thank for your success today? Like me.
Oh, I thought of someone. Thank you to everybody who cheered me on during the race. Thank you to everyone who came up to say hello or congratulate me after the race, people who came up to speak to me before the race. Those moments, those interactions mean a lot to me, so I really appreciate you. Thank you to my running group for the camaraderie and the friendship and being there as training partners. Thank you to my coaches for the mentorship and support. Thank you to my beautiful friends and family for just being the greatest supporters around. And thank you to the sexy camera woman and interviewer for just being the #1 person in my life.
What's next for Average Dom after 1:11 half marathon?
Probably pizza.
And
then marathon season, baby! So next week is the first episode of my Gold Coast 239 series, my weekly vlog series leading up to the Gold Coast Marathon in July, where I will try and run, in fact I will run sub 240. I'm going to promise I will do my best right now, as a promise, a guarantee that I'll do my best. Surely you want to be a part of it. So go on, subscribe now and be part of this journey with me. I'm Average Tom Slim. Do the right thing. I'll see you next week.